Hello and welcome to Rony's Tuesday Fun Race round 16 of 2021 with the XFR at South City Town Course reversed. I'm Peter Butcher, you're watching Sim Broadcasts, and I'm joined in the commentary box by Eoin Harmon, who was here with Tilo Falkenberg last week. Eoin, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good, Pete. Thank you for asking, and looking forward to more LFS action.
Yeah, sorry, it was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it now? Time flies since you were commentating at Kyoto. So what have we got today? Well, as the background suggests, we are at South City again this season. We've been there a couple of times for round 16 at SO5R. Only a few rounds left of the season. It really is chugging away. This week we have the reverse direction of the town course layout. We have quite a lot in store today. A 60-minute qualifying session underway and 23 laps of this fast and flowing track with, it's got a pretty great home straight, which isn't that straight, but anyway, lots of bumps and undulations. A great turn one, really tricky in the XFR, especially on the brakes and then back on the power with the front wheel drives. If anybody was watching along last night to the finale of Master Race Cars GTR Monday series for 2021, the XFRs had a mighty load of trouble around Aston, so they're going to have a lot of trouble here today at South City as well. Hopefully not too much. So the XFR, familiar to most of us here on the Sim Broadcast channel, is a 2-litre inline-4 front-engined front-wheel drive car with 230 brake horsepower, weighing in at just under a tonne, 840 kilograms in fact, Owen. So pretty light and pretty powerful.
Yeah, definitely well on the light side, but the front-wheel drive aspect, particularly at what is now the final curve at turn 13, that's going to be really difficult.
Certainly is. And as we turn our attention to what's going on the track, it is the Sidus team once again showing us who's boss. They have 3 cars at the top of the timesheets right now, Owen, and some impressive lap times being set by Botsy. He is 6/10 ahead of anybody. I've put the camera on number to begin with because after last night he's going to hope to have a bit of a redeeming race. He's warmed up with an hour and 22 minutes around Aston last night in the finale of GTR Monday, and he's here again at South City Town Course reversed. P21 at the moment. He'll want to improve from there. He's outside the top 20. He's just coming around the final corner following another car, and he hits the wall hard, so that's not going to be an improvement. 6 minutes left in this session for number to improve. Yoni Catilla's in P4, Owen. How's he been getting on this session? He's got his dad just behind him, Yari, in P5.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that. It's usually the son leading the father by a long way, but they're neck and neck, just 100th separating those two.
Yeah, Yari's come along a lot, hasn't he? I mean, that's pretty impressive. They're still over a second behind Botsy, though. Let's not forget. You would expect some times to come in late in this session to try and close up that gap to Botsy, Rick Cardle, and Unite, who currently lead the timesheets. While the drivers try and attempt that, let's run through the order of the Drivers' Championship. Rick Cardle leads the way by 11 points over his teammate Unite. Then it's Mandula, Yoni, Botsy, Abe, Gabor, Michael Excellent, and Kid rounding out the top 10. And we're going to let this slide through because there's a lot of your names on here. If you see your own name, then congrats, because it means that you're pretty high up in the championship. We've got well over 100 drivers have entered at least one race in RTFR this season and have scored 1 point. So if you can see your name on this list, then congratulations. We won't read them out because there are so many. But yeah, this list is only set to grow longer throughout the year, Owen.
Yeah, still time to get yourself onto the leaderboard of goodness, I suppose. So we'll keep scrolling through with 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the session. So we'll definitely see the end before qualifying is wrapped up.
Yeah, this is a nice thing about RTFR, even with several rounds left of the year. You can still climb up the order, and you can still have a great time, because with 119 drivers potentially to fight against, there's going to be someone around your skill level. And at the front it is tight. It is as tight as ever. Look at that, Sidus with 2 drivers separated by very, very little in the end at the moment. Let's have a look at the teams championship. It's a similar story. Sidus are leading the way with 741 points, which is leagues ahead of anybody else. just under 400 points ahead of a Race Green, the hosts, who are doing pretty well this season. Born to Race in P3, the sponsors, World Class Lions, they're in P4. They'll be hoping to improve with obviously Yoni and Yari currently very high up in qualifying, Owen, and still there with only a couple of minutes left in the session. We've got Master Race Car in P5, Sim Broadcasts representing in P6, Fragmaster P7, Father and Sons Racing P8, Zafiralis in P9, Almacourse P10, and Fortunato Racing Team rounding out the Teams Championship, where all the prize money goes. Not all of it, but a vast majority of it goes to the Teams Championship, Owen. So Sidus are looking good there.
Yeah, I'd be absolutely stunned if they don't win the Teams Championship from this position. And even today, with 3 of them, there are odds on to grab a handful of points. So, yeah, it's all really down to the other drivers to see if they can knock the Purple Express off the top.
Yeah, this will be the first time this season in any category of car that the drivers have taken the hairpin at South City in this direction. So a new challenge maybe for some drivers this time. We're watching Lorenzo, who's going very hot into this downhill twisty section, normally taken in the uphill direction, of course. And then the bus stop in the wrong direction. This is tricky, especially in a front-wheel drive car, because, yeah, as you'll know very well, Owen, you can slide out quite wide and hit the barriers. So that's something the drivers are going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, and it's quite possible if someone locks up their brakes or their tires, it will cause overheating, and that will exacerbate their problems in these tight bus stop style chicanes.
P15 for Lorenzo so far as he comes underneath the flyover, which is getting a makeover in the next version of South City, and he's aborted that run as we watch Mandula cross the line. No improvement on that lap for Mandula, but P11 at the moment. Oh no, P10, it did just update there, but there we go, P10. For him, so displacing Kid slightly. Switch to Rick Cardle, who is looking to try and close that gap to his teammate. There's the start-finish line, and no improvement. Potentially Rick on a few install laps with his race setup, because we've only got a couple of minutes left of qualifying. And of course, there's a very short break before all the drivers are flung into a race. Rick Cardle flashing the headlights there, hoping that someone will move out of the way. That was one of the Born to Race cars. We've also got a car in the barrier just there, so lots of cars getting in the way of Rick Cardle's lap here. A few more to contend with actually, Owen, as we go up the hill.
Yeah, this is distracting for our protagonist on board here, Rick Cardle. Perhaps some drivers are just AFK. They haven't come back to their rigs and started again, but it's probably better to be out on the track at this point than in the pits, as if you're in the pits now you'd have about 10-15 seconds extra to get out of the pits, and only got 1 minute 22-23 to set a lap time.
Around every single apex there's a car littering the track in front of Rick Cardle. He's passed 3 cars stricken in the last 2 corners. Fingers crossed there's no one waiting for him after the final corner, but what a distracting lap that was. Let's see if he can improve. 6/10 now, the gap between Botsy and Rick Cardle. And let's see if he improves. He needs to, because there might be someone who will snatch away the front row start from him in the 1 minute we have remaining. 1 minute 21, so no more laps possible for any of the other drivers. And Rick hasn't improved on this lap, and he's aborted Owen, so that's it. He cannot improve. Here comes Fatal Unfair across the line. And no improvement for the Fragmaster's driver, but a decent qualifying attempt. We don't normally see Fatal as high up as this in qualifying. He is quick, but he normally comes into his own in the race, and you don't tend to see him this high up in qualifying with so many cars.
That is indeed a fair point. This is promising from turn 1. Can be dangerous in the reverse configuration, but I wouldn't fear it as much as, let's say, Blackwood. That's a very tricky hairpin to start a lap in the regular style of Blackwood.
Yeah, we were talking about cars understeering wide into walls, and he's understeered into the red and white barrier at the top of the hill quite hard. He almost understeered into another car there, and that's something we're going to see a couple of times. Well, we saw a lot of that yesterday, didn't we, with Fatal's teammate Number. Yeah, just rolling the car over there on one of the small curbs that we have around here at South City. Most of them are hidden behind Armco barriers, but it's still very possible, as Fatal demonstrates there, to roll these cars at South City. It used to be a lot worse, of course, when we had the exposed curbs. Yeah, Fatal proving it's still possible. We watched Twin Cam round the final corner. Your countryman Owen, talk us through this.
So, time to absolutely flat out down this final dipping turn and powering towards the line, ready to start again. That's across the line there. He's actually improved to 10th.
Number's the final car in, as we have, Catal across the line there to improve. Number is P17 at the moment, and he's got a little bit of damage on his car. He must be doing race laps. There's no way he'd be doing quali, and he's giving up. And into the wall. Michael Malek, P19. That is uncharacteristically low down in RTFR for the Czech driver. Where's Yarda? Yarda has been P9, so yeah, the Czech battle currently being led by Jaroslav Donelik, then Kid in P12, and Michael all the way down in 19th. Let's see if he can improve on his final attempt. I think that's it. I think Number was the final car, wasn't he? So Michael will not improve. Kid's going to be the last car across the line. Here he comes. In not the Sim Broadcast livery again. And across the line in style in P12 for Kid. So I think it's time to run down the order. Would you do us the honours, please, Owen?
I can, of course, Pete. Let's begin with the front row. Botsy, 0.6 of a second clear of Ricardo, with the final teammate there, Sidus Unite in P3. Then we have True Alpha, that's Ioni Catilla in 4th. Mandula splits up the family affair there. He gets the top 5 ahead of Yarkatilla, Owner, Iron Donny, Yaroslav Donelik, and Twin Cam. That is our top 10. Fatass, Kid, 136 miles per hour. The Hifmuli, Lorenzo, Marty McCarry, Number, Pedro Bior, Michael, and Richard 59 are the top 20. And we've space for 11 more drivers as follows: Timu Soini, Redbot, Falcon, Euroloco, Maciek, Adraheos, Joiner, Rony, Bumsha Snarry, Igor, and LG Mies.
Thank you very much for Owen. For that, Owen, we are going to take a quick break here, but don't go anywhere, because in 8 minutes' time, the lights will go out for the start of round number 16 of the 2021 season of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race in Live for Speed. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments' time. Hello and welcome back to round 16 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race 2021. We've got the XFRs at South City Town Course Reverse for your enjoyment. I'm Peter Butcher, and in the commentary box with me it's Owen Harmon. Owen, that was a fun qualifying session. We've got a front row lockout with Sidus once again, and Unite and True Alpha on the second row.
Yeah, the highest equality will be leading the way into the long apexes turn 1. So we're just waiting for the drivers to activate the restart function. We can see there it was a comfortable qualifying session for Botsy, as much as it can be in RTFR. 0.6 of a second clear. Unite not too far away, with True Alpha just another 0.2 further back. So now on the racetrack, ready to go racing. Just need that final signal of those lights to disappear, and then we're definitely on the way.
Yeah, there we go. It's an all-purple front row. Unite choosing not to run the purple livery, and yeah, he'll be starting in that blue and white livery. Here come the lights, Owen. And as we wait for 33 cars, we've got a few late joiners. We go green for the start of round 16. Look at this, XFR's fantastic car in LFS if you've not tried it. As they all thunder down to turn number 1. Very quick journey down to turn 1. It's not the normal tight hairpin at the bottom of the straight. And as they all come thundering up the road, look at them all.
Yeah, Rick's fancying a look down to turns 2 and 3. Botsy holds the inside for the defence. Oh, lovely duck and weave there. Unite into second. True Alpha just hanging back there, waiting to see if the teammates unleash upon each other. But so far, they look to be cooperating. We have problems at turn 3. Drivers stuck in a rut there. Let me just find out who they are.
Yeah, we've had some problems further down, but it does look like Unite's managed to get up into P2, past Rick Cardle at some point. And yeah, this is looking good for Sidus, but they do need to sort themselves out. They need to work out who's going to lead this around. Kid's been in the wars apparently. He's also in the midst of this little battle here. Michael Malik getting tagged little bit there. As they'll head through this left-hander, and that's Kid lagging a little bit there actually, as he tries to follow Number through the chaos. Someone going very deep. Michael Malik.
Pedro as well.
It's all getting pretty close quarters as they run down the line to start lap 2. Botsy's had a great start to this race as they fling the cars into this really difficult turn 1. Eoin Cotillo is not letting these guys get away though. He is on pace and Mandula's sticking with him.
Yeah, it's Mandula, definitely the joker in the pack here. No, not an insult by any means, but definitely he'll be fancying any crumbs of opportunity. But at the moment, it's not going to be. As Jaroslav Donnelly in a WRC style battle here against that must be Owner, I think, in the Peugeot. So that's a very, very fascinating little battle going on into Sector 2 before the bus stop.
Yeah, Jaroslav Donnelly coming under huge pressure there, and he's going to have to hold it really tight to the apexes if he doesn't want to get sent by one of these guys following him. That's Owner, as you mentioned, just following him close behind with Number further back. Number's had a pretty okay start to this. He's going to want to make up a few places though, I'm sure. And who's that up ahead? That is Donny, who had a pretty disastrous start to yesterday's race. Currently P7, so a much better start today. And yeah, he's chasing down the world-class Lions driver of Jari Cotillo as we head on to lap 3. Pulls out the slipstream on. Cross start finish. Jari on the inside for this banked right-hander. It does look like Owner's managed to get past Yarda as well. Further down, Number's trying to get past Lorenzo. Looks like he's done it. And now he's chasing down Thamuli. So it's all going off in the back. It's status quo at the front.
Yeah, he had a sort of tank slapper facing the wrong way for the turn 3 curve. Thankfully held on.
Yeah, Yarda and Owner are going at it now. Yarda's not happy with the fact that Owner got past, and he's now slipping by on the inside. That's a great move. Number's going to try and capitalise on this. Sorry, not Number, that's Falas. Fatal Unfair, just behind the other Fragmasters driver. And everyone has to go single file through the chicane. You cannot overtake through here unless you're daft. And Owner really doesn't want to let Yarda get away, does he?
No, that's imperative for his personal ambition and also for the team to just get as high up into the top 10 as he can. He's kind of in an odd position with Twin Cam, just the only driver behind him, and then so many cars ahead is Donny. Fancies another look here. Who dares lift? Seems like neither driver will. Donny has the inside line now. Up to 130 miles an hour crossing the line. Fastest lap from Botsy, giving him a second advantage over Unite. Another wobble there, but it seems not to have put him off. Donny staying in 6th place.
Yeah, Owner and Yarda are still scrapping. These are the closest two on track. Well, actually, I think Donny's still side by side, and isn't he up ahead? Yeah, he's gone round down the inside on Jari. And contact. Jari hit the wall and bounced back into Donny. Owner's back in front of Yarda for now. It's all kicking off in this kind of top end of the field. The leaders have disappeared up the road, and this is where the action is, folks. Donny in the wall slightly.
Yeah, lovely onboard view from the back. Kid has seemingly brought the car back onto the track after DNFing his original one, so he's not going to fare too well if many drivers stay clean. You can see Donny has pulled out a gap here. Jari is now in the clutches of Owner.
Yeah, Owner didn't get a good exit there. He went in too early into the apex and didn't get a good exit. Yarda's hit the wall. That means Fatal is alongside. Is there slight contact there? I don't know, but this is going to give Catal a great run. Potentially an overtake in store here. The two ahead trying to go too wide. Nope. Catal sends it on one of the drivers ahead of him. It was
understeer for Fat Ass, and that's a double. A double for Cahill, aka Twin Cam there. And that just needs to be confirmed. No, he's left the inside door open, so not quite a double Irish there. Good try.
Well, it was a good attempt. Yaroslav was taken quite easily there because of his bad exit out of the final corner, but these three are locked together. And where can the Born to Race driver find his way through? He's gone a bit wide there at the entrance to the slaloms down the hill for the bus stop chicane. And it looks like Fatal's got a bit of breathing room now. Just needs to keep his focus. Back at the front, it is Botsy who leads Unite and Rickardle. They're still pretty close. And it's True Alpha, Eoin Katilla for World Class Lines. Bit of a gap there now, Eoin. So the lead three are doing well to break away without holding each other up too much.
Yeah, that was the worst fears for Eoin Katilla here. To lose the train. That's only going to mean Mandula will be struggling. But now we see Jaroslav Donalik trying to counter on Twin Cam and get back what he lost. He's just going to put the power down as quick as he can, but not quite fitting for him there. He'll now attack into turns 2 and 3. Can be very, very dangerous corners at the best of times.
Great fun though in any car, especially in the XFI. You do have to worry about locking those front tyres though. It can happen quite easily. Fatal's got a run, or at least he did, on Jari Katilla. Caught up quite quickly, or did Jari get back past Fatal? No, it was Donny who managed to get past, wasn't it? So this is still the battle for 8th place. Look at them, they're all nose to tail. There's absolutely nowhere to go.
Yarda did give Twin Cam a little nudge. He'd nowhere else to go, and now he's really making himself known. So tight between these four, and that might have... Oh, that's a warning shot there. So I think those two have now left themselves distracted, and now Fadas and Yari break away for just a bit.
Yeah, we've got Jaroslav Donalik. He's having an absolute brilliant race again. He loves these sorts of scraps. He was in the commentary box actually after yesterday's race saying how much he enjoyed the battles. I'm sure he's going to have a similar story to tell after today. Hopefully we get a word with him at the end. As Fatal goes for a great move around the outside on Jari Katilla. Has Jari Katilla got anything to say about that one? Let's keep an eye. It doesn't look like it. He's had an absolutely fantastic exit. And as they head down into the hairpin for the 7th time of asking, Fatal's had a great run there. Not such a fantastic exit. And yeah, he's right back in the mix again.
Yeah, these guys are just going to keep scrapping away until the checker flag comes out. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, each of these cars washing slightly wide. I wonder if they're having front tyre heat issues, because they really weren't at the apex for the right-hander there. Much better through the bus stop for these two. And you can just see the contrasting lines through this section. Jari really close to the wall there. Knows his track limits for sure. Fatal a bit wide, but a good exit. And it doesn't matter in the end. That gap goes up and up. But yeah, Fatal needs to start putting in consistent laps to gap these guys, because there's a massive gap now to Ona ahead. And look who's crept into the background. It's Number. He's managed to clear a bunch of cars. He's in P12 and he's gaining on Jaroslav Donalik every lap. So let's see what his lap time is compared to the guys ahead. He's definitely catching. Only 1.8 seconds the gap to Yarda, and it's gone down to 1.7 at the sector time. So there we go. Number is going to get involved in that battle as quickly as he can. Oh, he'd love to catch up and overtake his teammate at some point. Blinkham's made it past Jari now, Owen.
Yeah, that's another significant move. Donalik is way off course there. Thankfully not into the sort of safety zone in case he got completely overshot the corner, but that has badly affected Donalik, and Number will be thrilled to see that he'll gain even more time.
Yeah, again, people really washing wide, and you can see how much lock Number's gone. The front tyres just are not enjoying this at all. A lot of lock going on these cars, and he's having to be so careful on the accelerator through here. Really struggling with grip. And look at Yarda, he's run so wide. Here we go, Twin Cam on Fatal Unfair. He's managed to get past Jaroslav, and now he's catching up to the Fragmasters driver. Oh, really deep on the brakes, has to get out of it. That won't be good for his exit. So Fatal can breathe a sigh of relief slightly there. Someone who can't is Yaroslav Donlik. He's being caught. Let's watch on board with number as we head onto the home straight, Owen.
Yeah, the slipstream won't be helpful this time by, but to have gained that second to make sure this is a competition for 11th place now. Oh, please, number.
Yeah, it will please both these drivers. They do love a scrap. Let's hope that number can make this move a little bit easier than some of the moves he made yesterday. Here we go, down into the braking zone. It's going to be a simple up and under, is it? Looks like it. He's alongside. Yarda did get the power down eventually, so number will try and slot in behind, I'm sure, as we head through this next complex. Yep, dab of the brakes, and he's going to have to find another way round than that. Oh, goodness me.
Yeah, the integrity of that XF4 is holding up for Yaroslav, but it's only a matter of time, I think, Pete. His front left isn't in good shape.
I want to say that the battle at the front is actually closing up a bit. I have to say that Mandula's doing an excellent job of piling on the pressure on Ioni Katila. We're watching Yeroloko, who is gaining quite a lot on Falcon. These guys have been together for quite a while, we hear, but this is starting to get a bit more interesting. Let's give these guys some attention. Yeroloko driving for Argentina Turismo. Did a great job yesterday getting on the podium in MRC's GTR Monday. Really nice drive from him. And here he comes. Currently P15. He was driving the UFR yesterday and has had to switch to the XFR for this. Side by side on the home straight. His car looks a little bit worse for wear, but it doesn't matter. Got the drive, he's got the power, he's on the inside. Just has to hold it. He's gone a bit deep. He'll have the drive on the exit, no doubt, and just needs to hold it for the hairpin. And it's job done. Race Green Falcon. It's a name you've heard for a lot of years in Live for Speed. Good to see him still here driving around in RTFR.
Here. But he's under pressure, maybe from 136 miles per hour. Maybe actually the chance to overtake left him. We're now checking out Mandula here. Really on the move against Trafalgar. Just needs to make the overtake. And that would be a sensation, I think.
Yeah, this is the one we want to see. This is a crowd favourite, an absolute crowd favourite. We've got a car on its roof. It's 136. He's spectated. He's left the track, so 136 has gone over. But yeah, this is a battle that will please any one of the viewers. Mandula and Ioni Katila, absolutely fantastic to see these two battling on track. Numbers having to go at Yari, so the other Katila is under pressure as well. Side by side across the line. Number, oh goodness me, giving Yari the squeeze. Yari goes late on the brakes, very experienced, these two. Side by side, hopefully they don't make contact. There's a little bit of rubbing. And out onto the back straight with the car leaving the pits. Won't be an issue. Keep it clean. Anyway, numbers on the inside for the hairpin, that's crucial, but there's a little right-handed kink that they're still going to be side by side through. Number late on the brakes and he's got the move done. Just needs a good exit and he seems to have it sealed. So P10 for number. Finally.
Yeah, that'll definitely encourage him a bit. He knew his qualification efforts were below par, but he can now get down to business and even compete with his teammate. And just quickly, there's an anonymous gifter in Twitch, so I'd like to say thank you. I was one of the gifted subs, so thank you very much to Anonymous for sharing your generosity with a lot of us there.
Are you saying you weren't subscribed to our own channel?
Yes.
Shame on you, Owen.
Guilty.
Anyway, thank you very much for that. Yeah, we appreciate all the support, obviously, on the channel. So thank you very much. We're riding on board with Ioni Katila, the other Katila, and watching the blue car of Mandula wobbling around through turn number 1. Got Yaroslav Donlik having a go at Yari now. It looks like Yari's tyres have dropped off. He had excellent pace in qualifying, Owen, as we saw, but just wasn't able to hold up that pace in the race. He's got a red-hot left front, which is screaming at him, and this is going to make it really easy for Yarda.
Yeah, Yari should just face the facts here. And just he's done it. Lets him go for now. Gap behind him, the Himuli, is about 2 seconds back, so I would sacrifice this lap to preserve that front tyre and just make sure I can make it without needing a pit stop.
Oh, good stuff. Yarda's up to 11th. I wonder if he can chase down Number again and try and have a scrap with him like they were yesterday. But anyway, Mandula, he's not run out of steam. It's just Dhoni is the car on the move. I reckon if Dhoni can get his head down and get past Mandula, he has the pace, certainly in this race, to catch up to at least Ioni. I think the Sidus guys are a little bit out of reach for Dhoni at this point, unless they have an incident. But let's watch this. This is a battle for the top 5 now between I and Dhoni, a guy who has done super well this season. He's been really impressive. But we do also have a battle for second place, Owen. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I've been watching this Unite not as quick as his teammate Ricciardo on the last lap, and just the slipstream nearly allowed Rick to pull alongside at turn 1. That wasn't possible. Maybe this second sector will boost Unite before that final rundown, so maybe a slight choice in how the cars are operating between these two teammates. One preferring the corners and the other on the straights. I'll have to study them a bit more for confirmation. It's definitely defensive work at the premium for Unite. He's not going to be lunged at here. I will be certain of that.
Yeah, Unite's realised that in order to get on the TV, he has to be close to another car, so he's slowed down to let his teammate catch up. That's absolutely not what's happening here, folks. It's just fun to speculate. Here comes Rick. See if he has a run.
That's 110 miles an hour, no threat of lifting, but he really wants every last bit of the free air.
Oh
contact.
My goodness! Lead battle in the championship and teammates and still contact. These guys are ruthless, absolutely ruthless with each other. Rick Gardle back up to second place in this race.
Yeah, that will give Unite a few headaches. He'll be disappointed to have lost that opportunity to finish ahead of Rick. We have an overtake. Michael has passed Joyner for 19th.
He got past his teammate. It looks like what's gone on here? It looks like Dhoni did get past Mandula and is trying to catch up to Ioni. Fatal and Twin Cam close as well, Owen?
Yeah, there was a little bit of I want this part of the track from Twin Cam, and Fatas said no. So while there wasn't contact, there was a swat, and it kept Fatas in position for the moment. But as we saw with Rick and Unite, the slipstream into the final 2 corners on the home straight will definitely make a difference here.
Yeah, these two having a great battle, and there you can see Twin Cam flashing for the cameras, or rather maybe slightly annoyed at Fatal, who knows. Fatal has damage and Twin Cam has worse tyres, so that's the situation at the moment. Looks like Twin Cam going for a big lunge into the first corner. He's well entitled to. Fatal gave him room, but it hasn't paid off the way he wanted it to just yet. In the slipstream down to the hairpin on the brakes a little bit as they go through the kink, and it's all about the exit. Twin Cam was just a little bit wide, couldn't get the car back, and look at that, Numbers lurking in the background. He really wants to slice of this action. He's in P10, he wants more.
Yeah, and here's to him on that pursuit. Mandula in P6 on your screens, has no one ahead of him, no one behind him within second, so he's kind of in the 2-second barrier. McElroy is being lapped. That's LG Meese getting a lap down at least. From behind the bumper and in front of the bumper, it's Iron Dhoni. He could really become a threat to Ioni at this stage. Maybe it's a little too soon now, but it would be a fantastic achievement to finish 4th.
Yeah, he's absolutely a threat. Absolutely a threat to Ioni. He's caught him so quickly in this race. And this is an easy P4 if Ioni can find a way around him. He's got huge pace advantage at this stage of the race.
Oh yeah, you can
Got to be careful on the brakes though.
Yeah, you could hear the engine, the reverb of the engine on the streets of South City, and that will give True Alpha the alert he needed to get a move on. And that was a good turn 7, or turn 6 before 7, 8, and 9, and that should keep them close together still. On board with Donny.
Oh, do you see that? He has the perfect poise in that car. That looked like he turned in way too early, but it was absolutely majestic. I love to see this car on the edge, and Donny is driving it to perfection. I mean, don't forget, ladies and gents, this is Eoin Katilla, front-wheel drive specialist, and Donny is making it look easy. So let's see, where's he going to get past? Donny driving this car brilliantly at the moment. Still got to get the job done, though. Here, this is his best opportunity so far. Eoin, take it away.
He's been offered the outside line, 100-meter braking zone, and the cutback should be. This is the cutback. Can he keep him in the bus lane? Oh, it's 50-50. No, I think they're just gonna be divided by centimeters here. Oh, bravery! Could backfire on True Alpha around the outside. No, just too much.
Oh, contact.
Contact.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have many places to go there. This is letting Mandula catch up slightly. I'm really enjoying this battle. This is great. But Eoin Katilla is an excellent race. He's got excellent racecraft. He's great at leading from the front. He's also good at defending. And yeah, he's putting on a masterclass there. He did make it a little bit close. I'll be happy with that contact. But let's see, can Donny get past Eoin before his tyres cook? Fatal's been overtaken by Twin Cam, as we know, and that means that Number is now with his teammate. They're pretty close together, and we're going to stick with this battle just for now. But yeah, there is under a second between the Fragmaster teammates for those guys out there who are FM fans. Head on to the home straight once again. And Donny trying to find a way past Eoin Katilla for the third time.
Choice not available this time. He can't go side by side. He lost about half a second, but it's very, very retrievable. So Fat Ass in the chat says he has an issue with his setup that's probably costing him time, and that may mean his teammate will have to be let through. Like, I know he won't want to do it, but maybe for the better of his evening, he should do it. But yeah, Twin Cam might just be outside.
Yeah, Donny's getting a little bit, a bit ragged at the moment. He's gone wide through the top of this section, hit the wall, in fact, and the gap to Eoin is opening slightly. Eoin's not driving any quicker than he was. It's just Donny is struggling to follow and find a way past at this point in the race. So here we go, up to the final corner once again. Final proper corner, should we say? The actual final corner's flat out right-hander. Here he comes. Yeah, that was Eoin hitting the wall.
Oh, this could be the difference maker, Pete. The inside line was shut off by True Alpha 2 laps ago, and this time it's definitely available. He's taken it with both hands. Can he reach the final braking point? Yes, he can. The acceleration on the front tyre should hold, and that's 4th place.
Yeah, that's 4th place for now. Eoin will not give that up lightly. Let's see, he's on the outside now for the hairpin. Donny's braked a little bit earlier than Eoin, but it's not going to be enough. Switch back potentially. Well, Eoin got the power down very nicely there. He's definitely alongside, but he's on the outside. So Donny will have this no problem at all as he breaks down into the next right-hander. There you go. He has to go a little bit defensive. It feels as though he had to cut across. He didn't need to there. It's quite a brave move for anyone who goes up the inside there. Donny's gone wide a bit on entry to the bus stop, but if he can keep his head down, that's it for Donny. Great move up to P4.
Wonderful stuff. Number does overtake Fat Ass. I think it was a quick and simple job there. But now we have to give Owner and Mandula in 7th and 6th respectively there. Kudos is there in contention. They could make it into that top 5 if the Johnny and Yanni battle continues. But the time is running out, 4 laps to go.
Yeah, it's over as quick as it started, and it looks like Owner fancies a bite at P6. What a late lunge that was! That was oh so close. What a move if he manages to pull that off. I don't think he will. No, Mandula got a good exit. That was brave. Side by side, and Mandula pulls ahead again, but that took me by surprise.
Yeah, I was ready to concentrate at a different point of the track, but yeah, Owner wanted to go for broke, and thankfully it didn't end in a double accident. But yeah, you can try again.
Going to say broke.
Yeah.
He's going to try it again. Mandula's not had the best line into this section. They've got no room between them at all. Mandula leaves the space. He had to. He messed up the previous corner, but again, he's just not able to keep his lines tight. So he's definitely struggling with that setup at the moment. Potentially tyres and whatnot, but yeah, Owner not able to find a way through on this lap yet. He had a good stab at it in a couple of places. Final corner coming up. Will he go for a big send? No, he's going to wait for the straight. Clouts the wall, so does Mandula. Mandula goes defensive already, trying to break that toe as they head underneath the flyover and on to start-finish once again. I want to bring your attention to the fact that Botsi has opened up a 6-second gap ahead of anybody else in this race. That is amazing. And he's also coming up against some back markers. That is Kidd, who will surely let him through. There he goes. That was easy for him. Rick Cardle's second place, still dicing with Unite, but these two have not switched places for a while, I don't think. Then it's Donny in P4. Ronnie Catilla, P5. Mandula still being handed by Owner, Owen.
Yeah, there was even use of the handbrake. I think that's the preferred technique for the drivers into the tight hairpin at turn 3. Owner just using high revs on his third gear to threaten Mandula, but it's just the wrong time, unfortunately, to look on the outside. The track gives up on him, and again, that's Mandula able to use the wall as a shield. But maybe if Owner can drag the grip out of his car. Yeah, Mandula taps the inside wall that time, and this is definitely Owner's opportunity. Oh, he might fancy it a little too soon.
That was greedy, wasn't it? It was really greedy. We've got a car going in the pits ahead. That's puncture, I think, or something. Some damage on one of the cars going to the pit lane ahead of these guys. But Owner, that was... Oh, we've got a crash. That's Yoni Catilla. He's hit a back marker through turn 1. We've got a crabbing car there. Who's that, Owen? That's that's what
Joyner.
Like to see.
Joyner.
So the master race car driver, he should not be doing that in front of the leaders. Not even in a fun race. That is just not on. Let's keep an eye. Owner and Mandula.
The drivers will now be able to tackle turn 1 normally. Joyner joins the spectators. Mandula was slidey there. Yeah, that's an awful situation to happen. I'm afraid I wasn't looking at you off at the time. I thought the situation was neutralised, but unfortunately it wasn't to be.
Yeah, a complete shocker for Yoni. He was doing really well in this race, of course. P7, and I'm guessing he's got some damage. I wonder if he'll come under threat from Twin Cam by the end. I don't think so. 6 seconds, the gap. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, Botsi is about to come around the final corner underneath the underpass. There he goes. He has a bit of traffic, but it is going to be 1 lap to go with a 7-second buffer. So he doesn't have to overtake the car ahead of him. That's Teemu Soini of World Class Lines. I would be very surprised if Soini gave Botsi any sort of trouble on this lap. Knowing Teemu Soini, he will do the right thing and move out of the way in
LG Meese will emerge out of the pit lane comfortably there. Thank goodness it was on the right side of the track, and Teemu uses the turns 2 and 3 also to let the leader by.
Yeah, but here come the podium. The 2 drivers running out the podium, but also the championship leaders. Rick Cardle leading the championship ahead of Unite, and that is the way they are at the moment on track. So this could all come down to the wire between these two. If Unite finishes ahead, that will close up the lead in the championship going into round 17. We're on the final lap here of round 16 of the championship. and it is Botsy leading the way with only 3 corners to go. What a drive from him. He's absolutely managed this one to perfection. But yeah, he is nowhere near the lead in the championship, Owen. Is this the start of a late comeback?
I wouldn't think so, but it will be certainly a marker for the team to raise the standards and to make sure they get that prize money. But lo and behold, Sidus Botsy sprints to the line and wins a very, very comfortable race in 31 minutes and 38 seconds. Rick Cardle defending the second place he earned from qualifying from that pesky teammate of his, Unite. And we're now waiting for the rest of the cars to make it to the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. What a drive from everybody. Ian Donny comes across the line in P4. Can't forget him. Absolutely excellent. Owner P5. Mandula coming across the line in P6. And then it's Johnny Cotillo, true alpha for World Class Lions, who tagged the back marker somewhere, probably under the flyover just before the final corner. He finishes P7. Twin Cam P8. That's a good job. Then P9 for Number. It will be fatal, just holding on to P10, because Yara Loco for Argentina Turismo was right behind him at the line, Owen. He lost so much time on that final lap with that damage after that incident. Yada, P12. Thamuli for ZFRL, P13. Falcon for Race Green, 14th. Pedro BR for Master Race Car, P15. Yari Katilla, after qualifying, where did he qualify? P5 or 6? Right at the front. Yeah, P16 for him. Magic P17. Michael Malik P18. Adrojas in P19. Rony down in P20. There we are. Redbot and Timu Soini are the final 2 classified drivers at the moment.
Yeah, Loco.
There are,
if he had one more lap, he would have definitely beat Fadas due to his troubles. So just a little bit unlucky for Yara Loco.
Yeah, slight shame there. Not the display put on yesterday, but still pretty good. Richard 59 finishes 23rd. Then it's 2 ZFRL cars of Motti Macari and LG Meese. Then it's Kid and Lorenzo rounding out the 27 finishes, 12 laps down. Botsy's still doing hot laps here, Owen. He's trying to find the victory lane, as far as I know. I don't know where it is around here.
It could be the bus stop. It's the safest place to put it. No, not there. No.
Just before the final hairpin. So he's got a couple of corners to go. It's in the little car park area off to the right after the next left-hander. So penultimate corner.
Yes. Yeah, that would be handy on South City regular, but on reverse, yeah, that's a lot of time.
Here he goes
into
the victory lane. And there we go. Botsy finishes his journey. That was a long drive round, wasn't it, to finish there? So let's get the full rundown, Owen, please, if you do not mind.
Yeah, let's summarize it straight away with our race winner, Sidus Botsy, with that just under 32-minute absolute dash to the finish. Rick Cardle is second, kept his teammate Sidus Unite at bay after an initial struggle at the start. Iron Downey, best of the rest there, came from a rather interesting point. He was in the top 10, but he made a real surge. Owner is 5th placed, a great drive as well. Mandula, I thought, could have been best of the rest, but 6th place will be sufficient. And the disappointment for Chirafa, as he got caught up in back markers situation there. He came 7th in the end with Twin Cam running well in 8th. Number and Fadas, the Fragmaster teammates, complete the top 10. Yerloco, Dunleek, the Hemuli, Falcon, Pedro, and Yargitilla all within a minute of the winner. But then we have Magic, Michael, Adroheos, and Rony in the top 20.
Yes, thank you very much, Owen. Over in the second half of the finishing results, we have a few more drivers classified. Redbot 21st, Soini 22nd for World Class Lions, Richard 59, Motti Macari, Joyner, who caused a little bit of a controversy with Yoni at the end, LG Meese, Kid, Lorenzo 136 miles per hour, and Argentina Turismo's Deshnashe rounding out the top 30. Then we've got Tino for 80, Bumschnazi, and Igor, who did not finish as well. The fastest lap by Botsy, a 1:21.6. Absolutely crazy times from Botsy. He just absolutely leagues ahead of anyone else tonight, as Rony there at the top of the shot joins him just next to Victory Lane. That just about sums up the race. I think we can have a word with Number. Are you there, Number? Wonder if he's got us muted. There he is. Hello. How was that one? How did you find it?
Am I on stream or not?
Yeah, you're on the stream. I dragged you in. I thought you're here. You may as well come in.
Oh, okay. Hello. This one was better than yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, talk us through it. Was it fun battling with Yada again, fighting your way through? Because you started quite low down and you finished in P9 in the end.
Yeah, I think we started P19. I tried to make a set during quali, but I failed miserably, so I just asked Ferris for a setup before the race. So I had to, first few laps, I was just learning how the set is working, because it was my first time with R4s, but after that I kind of got into the groove and started picking cars one by one. It was fun.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, plenty of XFR driving for you. Are you gonna put that car down for a while and pick up a single seater?
I think XFG next on Thursday.
So yeah, more front wheel drive XF action for you. Are you looking forward to the next RTFR race that's going to be the XL edition next week at the Schwarzwald track, the custom configuration at Blackwood, which is, if I'm not mistaken, what is it, 10.5 kilometers? Have I got that right?
I'm not sure how long is it in meters, but I know it's long.
It's 10.5, I'm hearing. Yeah, it's 10.5 kilometers. That's a long track. It's an open config. It looks like someone's taken a pencil, has drawn Blackwood GP, and then the pen slipped and they've scribbled some extra bits on it. So yeah, there we go. It's a fun track. It's going to be fun in the LX4. Will you be driving in that, or will you be joining us for commentary?
It's LX4, so I'd rather drive. Sorry.
All right, we've been told where to go, Owen.
I like those cars. I mean, I like Alex.
I don't blame you.
And Schwarz is a nice track. I drove it with XRG. It's crazy amount of work that Nico put into it to make it look like it looks.
Yeah, I mean, if no one's seen a race around Schwarzwald before, I can't remember when the last race we did around there. Yeah, worth tuning in. That will be on Tuesday, the 10th of August. That is next Tuesday. Yeah, thanks for coming in. I know it was a bit unexpected, Number, but thanks for giving us your insights as ever. And see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was Zdravko Topolniak there, Number for Fragmasters, coming to say hi, Owen. Give me a summary of today's action.
Briefly, we saw the certainly a lot of the drivers sticking together for a long part of the track, lining up their best moves for the start-finish straight. The move of the day could very well have been Owner. He tried his luck against Madula, didn't quite pay off. But in general, I think it was difficult for the drivers today. Certainly Botsy made it look so easy. But in general, it was a good balance of action and certainly difficulty for the drivers today.
Yeah, we didn't stop talking. There was action up and down the field, which means that if you like that and you want to join us next week, you can for Rony's Tuesday Fun Race XL at a very long track, 10.5 kilometers around Blackwood with some extra roads and interesting flyovers and things like that in the LX4. Hope you can join us for that. We've got some action coming up over the weekend as well. We've got Layout Racing League, Wayports Racing League, all of the racing leagues. It's the finale of Layout Racing League this weekend. So that will be one to watch at the Lamau Ring. We hope to see you then. From all of us here at Sim Broadcast on Twitch and YouTube, we hope you have a great night. See you later.
Goodbye.